Okay, I want bit interactiveness in this uh, speech of mine, which I'll try to compress as much as possible given the time. And I thank Geo Intelligence for giving me the task of climaxing today's event to close this event of today's activity. Before I start, I like to, with due respect, I like to differ with General Banerjee. I was the first coordinator of this country, and let me tell you, I got support from everybody. In my panel, I used to have a meeting of 21 ministries and departments. Practically every industry was involved, and we made great achievement during that period of 2003 to 2006. Okay, cyber war are politico-military matters. That's very important statement. The people, it is like this, that a person, a bureaucrat may serve in Ministry of Defense from his youngest age till he becomes secretary, but when war breaks out, he cannot run the war. War has to be run by the generals. This part has to be well understood when we talk of cyber war. First thing. Second thing, the nature of cyber war is similar to naval warfare, where there is no boundaries. Your enemies, neutrals, big, small, all around you. The only sign is their flag. The flag they are flying is the only sign you have. Similarly, in the cyberspace, the IP address is the sign. I'll cover this next 15-20 minutes. I'll try to push as fast as possible. In the talent manual I discuss, I'll talk of geolocations in cyber war, in apps and computer race, and I'll discuss few cyber operations which are actually taken place. I'll not try to draw the information from my predictiveness, but lead you through the actual operations which have taken place in this field. Talent manual has been published recently. It talks on international law of applicable cyber warfare. It has got definition on use of force. It's got definition on cyber attack. Now these things stands defined to some extent, which are not undefined. In jurisdiction issues, it talks of territorial part. That territory is where the jurisdiction will decide. Territory means GIS. It is straightway linked to it. Geographical limitation, it lays down in Rule 21. Again, that's why it has become more and more important that IP addresses get linked to geographical locations at some stage in cyberspace. So the important aspect is when tomorrow this manuals and this law of armed conflict or law of cyber conflict will come into play only when there is a clear winner and losers, and winner wants to pursue the case of human rights violations, and then this law will become important, and otherwise they are meaningless statements. Okay, we'll look at quickly on apps on the cyber war component. Remember, it is not only the Prime Minister, Defense Minister and Chief of Army Staff and Naval Staff and Air Force Staff is important. Every one of you is important to enemy. Enemy wants to know what are these individual officers are doing and thinking, so that they can collate the information and react to it. The reaction, because journals takes input from all the people. So given a choice, they want to collate information about you. Let's look at the app. The example I am giving is not the only one. Practically 95% of them. Everyone has downloaded Twitter in their mobile phones. Just watch what happens to Twitter. When you try to download Twitter, this is what appears on your screen. When you say seek permission and say install, but instead of installing, you just click on any of the permission, you'll see what kind of thing is asked permission for. Storage, fine, no problem. It asks for your location. It says that I have power to know what is your location at a given point of time. It wants to know full network access, what you have. The software wants to know what accounts you added and removed. That includes your banking accounts. That includes what password you set inside it. What password you're trying to protect. You already given empowered the Twitter to take your password. So your password can be taken, and this is not the Twitter is not the only account. So every application generally have this functionality built into it. And if this functionality is not there, it will not work. The only choice is either don't install it. If you want to install it, you have to give those permissions. Read your contact list, complete. Read your own cards, contact cards, and use you as test bench. This is a limited. Some of the capability which the Google asks is enormous. But they may, all the practically I have tested 80% of the apps ask for this permission. Now the important thing in Android is Android sandbox everything. So until this permission is specifically mentioned, Android doesn't permit it to enter that area. That's why this appears. Don't think that your iPad is safer or other thing is safer. They have a similar problem. The only thing is don't state it. Shocker. Receive data from internet, view data on internet, find accounts on the device on its own. You don't have to even take permission. Okay, now we'll go to next problem area. Absolute Trace, Computrace. This is a company which provides the services. In case your computer is lost, it can track the computer. Okay, now it tied up with practically everybody in the world. We'll see which all we tied up. It has got two agents, application agent and persistent module. It is hardware component of all your laptops, mobile phones. 100% mobile phones, 100% laptops have this functionality. You change your hard disk, you change your operating system, you change your do whatever you feel like, this agent won't go. You can flash it, you can delete it, you do whatever you feel like, your antivirus won't detect. And this is officially put into your computer, officially put on your laptops. That's how it works. Once computer agent is installed, which is automatically installed, and computer is stolen, and you make a report, my computer is stolen, then they start the recovery process, and then location of that laptop or mobile phone is identified and given back to the thing, and the computer is recovered. These are the hardware vendors which are supporting this project. They're practically everybody, and they're much more adding every day. Okay, it is stealthy. It takes less than 200 KB space, less than 200 kbps bandwidth in case it's streaming your video. So your video on your mobile phone can be switched on remotely and can see what you're doing. Agent contact monitoring center at least once a day on activation, and anytime they desire thereafter, or 15 minutes when the serious reports have been made. Real-time services allows the time to contact and execute commands such as delete data, device freeze, camera screen capture, geolocation. That's why you find that these services are available to you. Now, and this is getting misused. This is I'm jumped through these slides. It is getting misused. Can be perfect backdoor, persistent, stealthy, portable. Remote access is possible. Remote updates are possible. No platform dependency. No antivirus detects. Realistic attack scenario: somebody can sell this with additional patch, and then take control and sell this motherboard at much cheaper price. You buy from that mobile stores and the internet stores and get that thing with you. And in case of war, the nation states can use this functionality. So they can track 100% of people or the desired number of people. They know it, who are the contact number, who is the contact list. They know whom to contact, what to contact, when you're contacted, everything. Okay, now look at the cyber conflict in recent past since 1998. List is there. This list is there in one of the magazine which recently published. The only thing added now is last few: Shanghai Group ATP1, unnamed cyber attack is by NTRO, Operation Hangover, Net Traveler, and Prism. What I'll do is I will just discuss some critical ones. Remember, it is in US. It is right. They're right to tell that China is attacking them. They can't tell what they are doing to anybody else. That's because that's their national interest, and I respect that national interest of theirs. But it is in our national interest to identify what everybody else is doing other than our own nation. So that's why in this particular remaining part, I'll not emphasize too much on China. China is the biggest culprit. I'm not covering, does not mean it is a lesser culprit. The only thing is I'm now considering things which are not generally spoken about. Operation Stuxnet, let's look at it. It's short.
In June last year, a computer virus called Stuxnet was discovered lurking in the databanks of power plants, traffic control systems, and factories around the world. 20 times more complex than any previous virus code, it had an array of capabilities. Among them, the ability to turn up the pressure inside nuclear reactors or switch off oil pipelines, and Stuxnet could tell the system operators everything was normal. Unlike most viruses, Stuxnet doesn't carry the usual forged security clearance that helps viruses burrow into systems. It actually had a real clearance, stolen from one of the most reputable computer technology companies in the world. It exploited security gaps that system creators are unaware of. These holes are known as 0 days, and the most successful viruses exploit them. The details of a 0 day can be sold on the black market for $100,000. Stuxnet took advantage of 20 0 days. But once it got into a system, it didn't always activate. Buried deep in the Stuxnet code was a specific target. Without that target, the virus remained dormant. What was it looking to shut down? The centrifuges that spin nuclear material at Iran's enrichment facilities. Stuxnet was a weapon, the first to be made entirely out of code.
Okay, undoubtedly it is state-sponsored because amount of multidisciplinary requirement, knowledge of deep inside of process logic controllers, the target is very specific, and knowledge of personal behavior. The way it got loaded into the nuclear plant is a process, there is no time to explain that, but it requires the knowledge of the people, how they behave. So the human intelligence was also important, that how that nuclear plant people are working. That's important. And use 0 day vulnerabilities, as I said, and authentic digital signature. Stuxnet geographical distribution, please note carefully, India is one of the highest infected countries by Stuxnet, though it has not affected us because we were not the target. Stuxnet family, that is Flame and Duku, attacked these areas. We had case of one journal dying in a simulated attack probably using Duku. There is an actual death taking place. Okay, Operation Occur. This is very fantastic operation. I don't know how many, okay, can you raise hand how many people have heard of this operation? How many people have heard of this operation? Okay, only 1, 2, that's it. It is an operation fantastic in quality. The problem is that Syria was building a nuclear power plant without the knowledge of the world. Israel reported the matter to UN Security Council. They tried to do everything. Syria didn't respond, world didn't respond. Israel took a unilateral decision to demolish it. Okay? Now in this unilateral decision, they carried out attack from Haifa, carried out deep inside 400 kilometers inside the Syria, and came back. Not a single weapon was fired in self-defense. Not a single weapon. They flew through and through the country. Why it is not fired? Because they already planted a malware in their anti-aircraft control system. So the anti-aircraft control system was functioning properly except not telling anything about the targets of Israel. They carried out attack, this is real attack, it's not joke, it has happened. Okay, next one. Here is a hunch, here is not the truth, I have no evidence, but because I have studied Operation Occur, I have reason to believe because of the Operation Occur that Operation Neptune Spear, okay, we'll go ahead, this is what has happened to the nuclear site, demolished. Operation Neptune Spear. You remember Osama bin Laden got killed? In that, Pakistan Air Force could not detect the US air presence at all for 255 kilometers. They came, carried out attack. They have not detected it. Do you think that Pakistan Air Force is such useless force? If that is the situation, war distance is just 145 kilometers, let's demolish. Go and do it. Can our Air Force say that? They cannot do it. Please. Whatever kind of technology you apply, except my perception is their system were subdued the way it was subdued in Operation Occur. That's my perception. I may be absolutely wrong. Medient, this is ATP-1, which is of China. So there is a reason that key finding has been made that Chinese government is involved, PLA is involved in this activity. And let me tell you, while carrying out audit under 27001 in various companies, I have found practically firewall log of 100% companies I have tested till now have a connectivity going back to China. So that's the level of infection we have in our country. It is to a platform surveillance against the national security interest and also used for industrial espionage. It used extensive social engineering tactics against the Khalistani groups, against the Pakistani senior officials. This attack was carried out, and this is the infrastructure of Operation Hangover. Just note this, I'll compare it with the other one. Medient was much simpler than this. Okay, we'll not go further detail. This takes out all kinds of documents. The target is primarily Pakistan. Okay, attribution is made to several companies as because of the data recovered, but that company has denied that they have anything to do with it. The Appin security group is getting named in it, and there's many evidence regarding it. But the company is denying it, and the Norman company, which is investigating it, also said that they are not too sure that whether Appin is involved or not involved, but their name is appearing far too often. Okay, if you think only certain part is getting your iPad is safe, no. This is called KIMT, Kumar in the Middle Attack. Okay, this is Mr. Rajendra Kumar, who registered himself with the App Store and launched an app. That app was stealer of the information from the iPads and iPods and everything you call it, Apple. And it is linked to Hangover, by the way. It's strongly linked to Hangover. It's the same group. This is a report which is a few days back published. NTRO attempted and failed to snoop, 2006-2007. Okay, this is the latest which is released few days back. Operation Net Traveler. This is by China. Basically, in this, if you see, they have predicted in 2011. The date of creation of this document is 27th April 2011. It talks of BJP won't dump Modi for Nitish, NDA headed for split. I don't know how true they will come to. So this is the fake message which is sent to everybody, the spear phishing message, and a doc message which everybody received and got tempted into it and compromised their computer. The problem which is taking place is that your Windows may be secure, but 80% of Office, MS Office is pirated. If that becomes a situation, the entry point, the antivirus won't detect. You see, it's network, far simpler than Indian ones, command control centers. Top 10 infected countries by Net Traveler, India is again on top of the list. Operation Prism. This is the latest one which is raising problem in US, where the US government is now being blamed to collecting information on everything and everybody. In the forenoon, we have heard one Joint Secretary from MHA telling us that amount of information is gathering, and I in fact try to raise that objection that is incorrect and inappropriate, but apparently government is going through with it. Operation Prism. Operation Prism has, the fourth slide has been released till now. This is what the concept behind it, that most of the data is traveling to US, why not tap it? So during my tenure, we have created NIXI, National Internet Exchange, so that the data which is from India to India stays within India. prior to NICSI was created, data which is from India to India were also used to route to US for internet exchange purpose and come back. But government has not fully implemented internet exchange, and they have given permission to international gateways to whether to use the US internet exchange or Indian internet exchange. So I don't know what's the problem, but that's the reality today. So it is possible that data may be going all the way to US and back, including military data. Though we have internet exchange in India. Okay, it collects the data from following companies. These are the dates, various dates when the companies came online and started providing the data to US government. We had a situation, I interacted with Special Cell of Delhi Police. Special Cell Delhi Police was using Gmail account to interact and have information regarding terrorists. God bless. Most infected country, China, Iran, India. So we are the center of gravity whether we like it or hate it, and we are not mending our ways. That is the reality. Now, US is banned to collect data on US citizens, and so does said the US president. And he said, I have not collected until unless it is necessary. Let's accept that. But Indians are not US citizens, so data on Indians can be collected in any case. That's what is decided. I call it color indigo of PRISM. That's my terminology. This is the order Government of India issued on 31st May 2011 to all Unified Access Service licensees. That means all telephone service providers. It's useful for security purpose, but challenges its last line because everybody gets tired out by the time they reach the last line. But they added in the last line. Let's read slightly more in detail. That this is a telephone call data record. The government wants that all telephone service providers should have with them. He said to start with, these details will be provided for specific mobile numbers. However, within the period of 3 years, location details shall be part of CDR for all mobile calls. That means every citizens will be physically located by every telephone service provider. Right? Now we have CMS, which sucks in all the data. So if the government so desire, he will know whether Mr. Jetli and Sushma Swaraj are meeting or not meeting. The physical location is known. Is it right? Wrong? I don't know. NetGrid, similar situation. Okay, before I go to recommendation, what is the solution to this problem? I thrown the problem, let me give you the solution also, not that only problem. There is something called redaction. Redaction is masking of the critical information. So until this redaction is carried out, I think CMS and NetGrid are illegal. In fact, our Home Minister, Mr. Chidambaram, at one point of time has said that it is on verge of unconstitutionality. Himself has said that. Okay, my recommendations include cyber war in national cyber security policy. It doesn't mention. It got released few days back. It doesn't mention cyber war as a part of the story. Evolve cyber warfare doctrine and develop capacity to implement such doctrine. Modify necessary orders, define such change in structures where required synergies, national war effort in case national war become a requirement. Define rules of engagement. It is challenging, not easy, but we have role models and we have situations where we can do that so that the fratricide can be reduced and we know that whom to assign what task and everybody accountability can be introduced. War objectives and scenarios have to be developed so that the people can be trained accordingly. Penetration tools, we do not use. I find it is ridiculous situation that our top intelligence agencies in lot many occasions are using the freewares to carry out the penetration testing. We don't have penetration tools. The cheapest one which is available is Metasploit. That also we buy only 1 or 2 accounts. That's it. And we need to make our own. And the higher end we are not talking of. They cost in few lakhs rupees. As a private company, I have requested my company to buy one for myself. I'm buying one. Establish close coordination among the agency and defense forces. Maintain database of capable people. Develop capabilities to synthesize cyber intelligence input. Establish cyber operation centers. Allocate area of responsibility in cyberspace to avoid fratricide and waste of effort. This is again the problem area. The same target, the various intelligence agencies trying their hand onto it. Some of them have good equipment, good training, some are experimenting with it, get detected, that chap end up blocking. Whereas another unit has already penetrated, got in deep into it, that also got blocked. That's what I call fratricide. The intelligence stopped. Because there is no area of allocation. In actual warfare, we have, in naval warfare, we have eastern board and western board. But there is nothing in cyberspace. Can it be there? Yes, of course it can be there. Can a particular battalion go and carry out attack in the area of some other battalion? No, it cannot. So why it is happening in cyberspace? It is happening, and that's the problem, because there is no allocation of task. This is the proposed structure for cyber warfare management. National Security Council Secretariat as coordinator. And let me state that coordinator is required. It is not the authority which is important. Ego of MHA and ego of Ministry of Defense is very high. You cannot put somebody higher authority over top of it and try to force them together. It won't happen in country. Only coordination can happen. The force can't happen. And there are 21, 30 organizations which are required to coordinate along with the civilians. So non-critical sector, cyber defense, we already have certain. Critical sector, cyber defense, National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center was approved by Minister himself, Home Minister, way back in 2006, March 2006, but after that nothing moved. It is still yet to come into being. The officers are placed, equipment is there, approval awaited. Intelligence and surveillance, we need JIC. We forget that Joint Intelligence Committee is an important facet to achieve the coordination. JIC exists, but its force is not there to achieve cohesiveness. Offensive operations should be left with armed forces, and it should be avoided by everybody else as long as it is a national effort. Thank you. Any question?